Blue Run, I take back everything I have said about you.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Zach.
I'm John. Welcome back to Whiskey Neck Pour.
All right, so this is our second part of our rye whiskey bourbon review.
Yep.
So to get us started, we are going to be looking at one of the bottles we're going to be taking a look at is the Michters Rye. This is their sort of standard offering for a rye. It's going to be a little bit of a lower proof. Neither of us have tried it before, so we're pretty interested to see kind of how this one shakes out for us.
Yeah. Second bottle, we're going to bring the new kid on the block. We got Blue Run. This is their high rye out of their rye series that we're going to be testing. And, you know, I didn't have a lot of hope for this bottle, but I'm going to be honest with you. After our first review of the bourbons, the new kid won, you know, at least it changed my opinion on them. So I'm pretty excited about this one.
Yeah, I think last week the new Riff bottle really surprised both of us.
Yeah.
We sort of seemed to have that one pegged as the lesser of the three, but it was very solid. It ended up outdoing the E.H. Taylor Rye, so
Blew me away.
yeah. The last bottle we have this week is going to be the Alberta Premium Cask Strength. So this bottle ended up winning double gold at the San Francisco Spirit Awards in 2020 and 2021. It's a Canadian whiskey, we understand that, but it's very good. We're going to include it in this because this is a bourbon whiskey review channel. If it's good, we want to try it.
Yeah, and to keep it more fair for everything, obviously we're going to be rating these 1 through 10 on the cork scale. Then we're going to go in and do a blind taste test where we're not going to know the bottles. But we're also going to start with the lowest proof. That way we kind of keep our palates as pure as we possibly can. So, Zach, why don't you kick us off? This is probably the lowest proof out of the series that we've tried today.
Ooh, that cork pop.
Cork pop, baby.
Oh, that smells good.
Just because it's the lowest proof doesn't mean it doesn't have
really
a good hit. So we're excited for this one.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the neck pour here. If you had to guess, how much do you think is in this barrel already?
Man, we got to be getting up to 5 or 6 gallons so far.
All right, that's a pretty good neck pour. All righty, so we're going to take some fresh glasses here. Pour a little taste.
That's a little taste.
Yeah, this is also our second video for today, so, bear with us. Oof.
Wow. Really, really enjoying the smell of this one. It really does have some vanilla, some caramel.
Why do I keep getting bubblegum on these ryes?
You're just a bubblegum guy.
Is that weird? I know we've said this before in other videos. If you have any specific notes that you get from a rye, please leave a comment and let us know what it is, because I know in our last video I was getting a lot of bubblegum notes from especially the Wild Turkey, but also the E.H. Taylor. This, it smells like Hubba Bubba. I don't know why.
I'm not getting that. I'm getting
caramel too.
I'm getting a very much more tame, slight vanilla. This one to me, out of everything that we smelled so far in the rye series lineup, definitely smells the sweetest and the gentlest. I mean, I don't get a hit of alcohol or anything like that when I smell this.
Part of that is definitely because this is, I want to say, it's like
it's the
84,
lowest.
85 proof.
Yeah, it is the lowest in the lineup we're trying. So we'll give it a shot, see what we think.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the taste when you first taste it?
Everyone's like, oh, like I taste caramel, I taste this, I taste that. But I've never had something taste so much like caramel in my life before. That tastes like caramel to me.
Really? I'm not getting that at all.
Really?
I get a lot of those rye spices.
Mm-hmm.
It's very pleasant. It's not really intense. It's kind of a more mild rye. I'm assuming because of the proof, this is cut down a little bit.
So far I'm enjoying this one. To me, this is like a great daily sipper.
The finish has almost like a coffee. I'm getting like some black coffee notes on it for the finish.
I can taste that a little bit.
This is interesting.
On a 1 to 10 cork scale, I don't want to discredit it by giving it a 6. Because, honestly, if you put this back in the lineup of the other three we just had, I think this is going to do pretty well. Overall, it's super solid. Would not be mad getting this as a daily drinker at all.
Yeah.
At all.
You said what was your cork?
I'm gonna go 6 on this
a
one.
6 on this one. Okay.
But I don't want to discredit anything we've tried because this is solid.
So this bottle doesn't seem to be too hard to find, at least here in Virginia. There are, we are an ABC regulated state, so there are stores that are showing they have this in stock. So if you were interested in this, I'm hoping it's not too hard to find for people. This is like a good introduction to a rye, maybe.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm not a big rye person, but it's not high proof. It's pretty easy to sip on.
This is for like, hey, I want to, introduce my girlfriend or wife to a rye, comfortably. You're not gonna burn anybody's face off with a Kentucky Bang Bang or a Kentucky Kiss right away. It's a little gentler. Overall, I really think that, honestly, I'm gonna pick another bottle of this up. I really do. I'd like to have this in my lineup, and I'd like to be able to drink this a little more often.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know what the price point on this is.
I'm gonna tell you, it's about a $30, $40 bottle.
Okay, not hateful, honestly. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think with the palate and the nose and the accessibility of this, it's not a standout for me. I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay.
Definitely not the greatest. That Wild Turkey Rare Breed from last week was phenomenal. I mean, that was like a whole different league. But this is still very good. Just it's not jumping off the page at me. So.
We got the new kid on the block. A lot of hate on this one. People are saying that, they kind of sold out after they dropped their 14-year, their 13-year, and then they obviously went to Golden, and then the High Rye, and then they got Cask Strength. So Blue Run's doing a lot of things right now, but me personally, I think they're doing some good stuff. Really like what they're doing. So I'll be curious to see kind of where this bottle falls.
Yeah, we have had the opportunity to try this. We do have a couple of bottles of the Blue Run High Rye. My first impression of it was that it had some complexity to it. A lot of good flavors. They did a really good job with the blending.
Yeah. I'll tell you what Blue Rye is doing a really good job of too right now is making this kid proof.
Clearly.
They clearly do not want anybody getting into this. Maybe they want it to age a little longer in their bottle. So kudos to you for doing that. But we do have it open.
Let's see that cork pop. Ooh, all right.
Now,
not the greatest cork pop.
Guys, we got a problem. How can you charge $99 and give me a synthetic cork?
Yeah, that's a good question. Blue Run, I would like to know the answer for the... Yeah, synthetic cork can change some of the flavors and stuff, I know. I am going to go ahead and just mention Fred Minnick on YouTube. If you haven't seen his channel, check it out. Very well-trained palate. I think he's been a judge for the San Francisco, Spirit Awards and that sort of thing. But that is something that he has mentioned in some of his videos where the synthetic cork does change the flavor, especially up front on the neck pour and the first few pours of the bottle.
Well, the good news now is at least we're going to get some oxygen in that bottle.
There you go. A lot of oxygen because there's a lot of that bottle that's... All right. Get that in there.
First impression, I smell nothing.
I'm getting a lot of those rye spices. Baking spices.
It's just very neutral to me.
I'm definitely... There's more ethanol in this. This is a little bit of a higher proof, so... This is sitting at 111 proof. Something I do appreciate about Blue Run is that they post their mash bills on here. So this is 65% corn, 30% rye, 5% malted barley. Historically, they have done a very, very, very good job at blending their whiskeys and their bourbons that they release.
Marketing-wise, you're doing a great job. It's a beautiful bottle. As a collector, myself, personally, this is a bottle I'd like to have. I love the logo. Let's find out if this bottle is worth the hype.
So, for the High Rye, I think this bottle retailed at about $100.
Yeah.
With shipping and everything to the door, it was, I don't know.
115, 112.
Somewhere in the 115 range. Definitely getting a little bit more heat from this. There's a lot more of that rye spice, though. So, for me, this High Rye, It's got a lot of complex flavors in there. You definitely get a lot of that charred barrel, that oak. The spices from the rye, I'm getting a lot of baking spices as well. It's definitely got a very sweet nose to it.
Yeah.
Not super heavy on the ethanol or the alcohol, so I'm not getting a big punch from that, but it definitely has a lot of heat to it when you're sipping it. You can feel it kind of moving down into your chest.
It's definitely a heavy hitter, which, you know, I respect that. If you had the opportunity to buy another one right now, would you?
Not at $100. This is good whiskey. I'm glad that, you know, we had the opportunity to grab a couple of bottles of this stuff. I think knowing how this tastes and kind of the profile of it and how it drinks, I would probably lean more towards something that's a little bit more readily available. There's a lot of hype around this. There's also a lot of hate around Blue Run, which is kind of interesting. So for me, on our cork scale, because of all of those different things, you know, the accessibility of it, the heat and the nose and the palate and everything, I'm probably gonna go with maybe a 5.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5. You know, it's a solid 5. I think if you're given the opportunity to try it, you know, don't listen into the hype and don't listen into the negative. Just give it an honest review for yourself. And I would agree with you, Zach. This is it's a solid whiskey.
Yeah, it's very good.
But compared to our lineup, you know, the last 2 weeks, I would say that this is not sure if it really outdoes the price point that it's at right now. So
yeah,
respect it though.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess let's bring out the King of Ryes. It's time to find out if this is going to hold up. Zach, I'll let you do the honors of this one.
So we talked a little bit about this. Alberta Premium Canadian whiskey. They've won a bunch of awards at some of the top, you know, the San Francisco Spirit.
Yeah, people have been basically calling this like, you know, the king. It's even though if it's a Canadian whiskey, I mean, it's still a great rye. People have been saying, when you win that many awards back to back on your product, you know, obviously you got something special going on. So, yeah, I think it's time to try it. I've been staring at this bottle for a while, so I'm excited about it.
That's interesting.
I was just thinking, is that a...
It's got a screw top. It does not have a cork. I'm a little disappointed. There's no cork pop.
Oh.
Damn.
All right. You know, Blue Run, maybe we were wrong.
All right. You want to do the neck pour?
Feel free. Go ahead.
All right. We're going to do a little bit in here. All righty. So, we'll do a little bit of a taste here. See kind of where we're at. And again, this is cask strength, so going to be a little bit more of a heavy hitter.
I mean, it's a great sniffer. It has a great smell to it. You can definitely smell the heat.
It's got the nose on it's more mild. I think when I smell this, I do get a little bit of the vanilla on the nose. You can smell a little bit of the alcohol. It's not too bad.
Yeah, but can you pick out the hint of chocolate that they're claiming they?
No, I don't get that on the nose at all. Let's see here. Cask strength rye. It says exceptionally smooth with notes of caramel, vanilla, and a hint of chocolate, balanced with spiciness of rye and blackcurrant. Those are the notes on the bottle.
It's a beautiful bottle. I mean,
very nice.
To the
marketing presentation looks pretty solid.
Minus, you know,
this friggin' screw top.
I'm not a fan of it. I'm not. For anytime you're spending $70, $80 for a bottle, like, I want a cork. Call me old school, but I do.
Yeah.
But let's try it. Let's give it a. Now that's a Kentucky Bang Bang. That has got heat, but it's good heat. It's got flavor. I'm into it.
A lot of fruit on the the finish. It's got like kind of like a, I don't know if it's like a dark fruit finish. It doesn't feel like a light fruit. It doesn't feel like pears or anything like that. It feels more like a... The nose is a little musty for me now, too.
It does finish a little musty, but overall, I think I really like this one. I think out of the three, this one is coming in with a good punch. It's coming in with the flavor that I kind of expect from a rye. It's also finishing. It's palatable. It's smooth. It's coming down well. And like you said, you're getting just a hint of fruitiness at the end. But I'm also being a little followed up with a must. But the must isn't bad. And must is normally bad, but it's not bad here.
So I think this is really... There's a lot of complexity to this. There's a lot of different things that are happening because I'm getting a lot of the vanilla on the taste initially, and then it sort of finishes with like this really interesting sort of fruity note, and I can't really pick out what it is. It's very good. What I'll say is this, because I'm not a huge rye person. If rye whiskey or rye bourbons are your thing, then I would 100% say this is something that you should try to find.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely think this is worth having in your collection. This is too good to let it sit on your shelf. This is one that I would spend the money for.
What does this retail at? What did you find this for?
Oh, man, it's been a minute. I want to say I paid somewhere along the lines of 70 to 80, whatever ABC marked it up. So
you found this inside of a Virginia ABC?
Yep.
Did you have to hunt for it at all?
Yeah, this was definitely one that like sold out pretty quick. So
Okay.
you definitely, if you taters out there, definitely have to get in line pretty quick. If I had to pick this over, I mean, if you had these two and they were the same price, which one are you buying?
You know, I'm going to throw a little bit of a curveball here. I think between the three of these, I'm going with the Michters.
I would agree.
Yeah. I think I would probably say the Michters was my favorite, then the Alberta Premium, and then the Blue Run. And that's not a knock on Blue Run. I mean, I think that they do some good stuff there. I think what we're looking at here with their high rye, maybe their cask strength would have stood up better.
Yeah, I don't think we're doing a fair comparison on the high rye versus this, but
yeah,
you know, these are the bottles that we can get our hands on, you know, more readily available to us, and some of these aren't. Some of them we had to go out and get, but you know, I think just kind of looking at an overall rye experience, you know, this is definitely kind of what I expect out of a rye. This to me as a rye drinker, man, I really like this. I really do. This just has a lot of heat. It's just, I'm tasting a lot of heat.
Yeah. All right. So we have our blind taste test set up.
Yep.
We're going to be working on the Michters, the Alberta Premium, and the Blue Run here.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and get started with one here.
Find out if our what we really liked was, in fact, what it was.
Okay. I have no idea.
I think I know,
Yeah, don't tell me.
but I don't want to mess you up.
How do you know off of that?
Last week's episode, I was confident. So
That's true. Yeah.
maybe what I'm saying is wrong. You need to go the other route. But to me, this one is very...
We just drank these. I have no idea. All right, we'll look at number 2. Oh. I'm getting bubblegum. But I didn't get bubblegum on any of them when we tried
I
them.
feel like I know, but I like this one, though. I really enjoy this one.
Ooh. Okay, I know what that one is. We're good.
Okay. Oh, my God. I think we were wrong.
Well, you might have been wrong. Yeah, this feels right.
Okay. I'm wrong. I don't know why I said I enjoy this one. Because I was wrong. I don't.
That's interesting.
Okay. I am, viewers, confident that I know this lineup.
Had to do it, man. This was hard. Rye's not my thing. Just trying to guess the bottles. So let's start with this. I like 2 a lot more.
Really?
2 is my number 1.
No.
And then 3, and then 1.
No.
Wow.
Okay. I'm going to go. This was the overall best one. This one came second. This one was third.
Interesting. So we were very off.
So number 1 is. It's got to be
Alberta Premium. Yeah, that's what I had.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Number 2 was Blue Run.
I had Michters.
That's Michters.
Wow,
Michters.
really?
Yeah.
So number 3 was
Blue Run.
Blue Run. I take back everything I have said about you. It just goes to prove that when you really taste them without the expectation of what they're supposed to be, you don't know anything until you do it. Because I'm telling you right now that I would have bet you anything this was. So you got the lineup. Well, we both got it wrong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we only had 3, but like, the Michters was just really it was much more straightforward. It wasn't as complex as the Blue Run was for me. That's why Blue Run got, and it was that proof. It was I don't know, that 111 proof is weird for me because it's just enough to be a little bit too hot for me, I think, but not high enough to have the complexity that the Alberta Premium does. But honestly, I was a little surprised Alberta Premium was last for me.
I really think there's a lot to be said about this, about taking yourself back from the bottle and just removing the expectations of what it's supposed to be and truly just tasting it for what it is. Because both times I've called it wrong. So this was a fun little exercise to really find out what was what. So
Yeah.
Blue Run, you got my vote, and I know for Zach, it was this bottle.
Yeah.
Blue Run, holler at your boy, because I support you,
Yeah.
even though I was talking bad about you.
If you haven't already, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. If there are any bottles you're interested in us reviewing, let us know. If you have a comment, if you feel like you're getting different tasting notes off of Rye's, let us know. Because again,
absolutely.
Rye's aren't my thing, but I would love to hear some feedback about it. So
Yeah, been fun, been real. Tater out.
have a good one.